Hello, everyone. Harrison Singer here, coming to you live from the Juice Lounge. We've definitely been hitting these interviews hard. We have yet another very, very, very special guest. I'm sitting across from Bol Ajak. How's it going, John?
It's going great, man. I'm enjoying my time here.
Everyone might see, oh, sick, we have John here. We're going to talk basketball. That's not actually the case today. No, we're going to be talking some charitable endeavors, some very interesting stuff involving your journey here to the United States, to Philly, and then Syracuse. And I mean, I'm hella excited. That is for sure. But how you doing today? How's it going?
I'm doing good, man. It's amazing. Thank you for having me.
No doubt. We can't, I feel like, personally have this conversation without some background on where you came from and your story. And to say it's fascinating and amazing would be an understatement, but take me through the journey here a little bit from the start to where you are now.
Got you. Oh, man. I was born in South Sudan, Civil War. I was born during the Civil War.
Was it 21-year Civil War as well, or something like that?
It's more than that.
More than that?
Yeah. It's been probably 40. My brother was born in it too. So I would say, like, that was the age, like, the child soldier era, when they were taking kids to be child soldiers. And my mom and dad were kind of like smart enough to realize my brother and my sister of age to be taken to be child soldiers. So the best way possible was to flee the country as refugees. And my dad would stay behind and fight as a soldier. My mom would take us, we ended up going to Kakuma in Kenya. It's the refugee camp in Kenya. It's northern part of Kenya. It's desert. There's nothing going on there. It's just like a little plain area. And that's where I started my life there. That's where I grew up. So as things just went on, like, I had a promising future in school. I did well in school, was always a good kid, but my environment was, like, really rough. So my mom was always like, she did not accept the what we had at the time. She wanted more for us. And there's other people that were comfortable at the refugee camp, you know? The UN provided food every 15 days, you know, so that means twice a month. And the food was like grains, like corn and like beans, and then you just have to figure out. So, you know, my mom was smart enough to like start. She would walk back to South Sudan from the border and brew some illegal alcohol for the soldiers, and then she would get some money. So she would do that every time, and then when she got enough money, she moved us from the refugee camp to the city so that we could go to better schools. Luckily enough, I had better grades than my brothers and sisters, so I had a scholarship right away. So I went to school for free. But my mom was working. My sister was struggling a little bit, so she needed to go to a better school, like a private school. So my mom was kind of working extra hard. And so we was in a one-bedroom house, you know. Me and my brother slept in the kitchen. My mom and my sister slept in the other room, the main room. And we just kind of grind from there.
And was your dad fighting in the war?
My dad was... I didn't see my dad yet. You know, I'm still young. I haven't seen this man yet. So he's still in South Sudan back. We living our life. We just see pictures of him. But then we in Kenya now, so like we don't really feel like South Sudanese. So we part of the community there, and we just work and go to school. And as I grew older, my dad finally came, met him. And it was kind of cool. Like, you know, first time I saw him, he had all his beard all over him, like a lot of hair. It's like, I call him the Bushman. I was like, damn, who's this dude? They was like, that's your dad. Because that's when he just came from the war.
What was that experience like?
When he describes it to me, it's crazy. My dad got shot.
Meeting him for you.
Meeting him.
That's also fucking...
I know. Yeah, meeting him was like, yo, like, because the pictures was like, and everybody around, like, our relatives was like, always talking good of him. Like, yo, this guy is the best dude ever. Yeah. Like, he's a leader. He takes care. So I'm like, okay, so my dad's a good dude. Like, everybody loves my dad.
Right.
And then his pictures was like, yeah, he's a good dude, you know, young. But then when I saw him, and I was like, yo, that's not the person I see in the pictures. That's because he just fresh from the war.
Right.
He didn't even like clean up or anything.
Yeah.
And he was telling me like, I'm not cleaning this up until we get independence or we get our rights. So I was like, wow. So I have pictures of him still in the beard. So it was a good moment because I always wanted a dad in my life. I always thought my older brother was my dad when I was a kid, because my mom would go work. And we'll stay, me, my brother, and my sister. Right. And my brother would just kind of hold me accountable. He would, you know, whoop my ass if I'm doing something wrong. So I always thought, like, this really is my dad, like, you know? Because this man, like, he raised me.
Right.
And then when my dad came, and I was like, I always wanted that father figure. Everybody had fathers. I didn't have no father, you know? So it was just like, when he came, I was really happy. Although he was not what I expected him to be, he ended up like, because he's a smart dude. He went to school, you know, in Egypt. Like, this man figured it out. But he went to school in Arabic. Like, he writes all that stuff. So fast forward, he goes back to South Sudan, and, you know, they're still fighting the war. And my mom just goes back and forth. Now we go to boarding school. So I first went to boarding school when I was 3rd grade. That would help the rent. So we go to school for like 3 months, all of us. So my mom don't have to pay rent. She just go back to South Sudan and work. And then when we come back from school, she would get us another apartment. We stay for a month and then go back to school. Yeah. So she was just hustling. And then fast forward, she became a little bit stable. Yeah. We stayed in a little, like a little permanent house. My whole life we were moving neighborhood to neighborhood.
And this was all within Kenya though,
That's
right?
in Kenya.
Yeah.
Go to Nakuru, Nairobi, those are the little cities. And then now we was in Nairobi, and now I figured who I was. And now I was getting the scholarships.
So where did basketball come into the picture here?
Basketball comes later.
Because it was originally soccer, you were saying.
Yeah, I was a soccer player my whole life. Right. Everybody in my family played soccer. Right. I'm a big Messi fan. Grew up watching.
So no Ronaldo for you?
Yeah, no.
Big Messi guy.
Messi's the greatest.
Interesting.
I grew up on Ronaldinho, and then Messi came. So, you know, like, I was always a Barca fan. Yeah. And then I watched Messi's first game. I was young, but my dad was like, that guy's going to be great. Yeah. So I've always been a Messi fan. So fast forward, 8th grade, this lady was helping kids to come here. She was like a middleman for the people here and back home. She just kind of like just trying to help people out. Luckily, I had good grades. So all you needed, because this school, the first school I came to was called Church Farm School. They give like scholarships to kids that are disadvantaged in life. They want to help you get started with life. So when Church Farm got my transcript, they were like, oh, we should set an interview up with her.
Yeah, they saw the grades, everything.
Yeah. So we set an interview up. I barely know English. So I'm like struggling on the Skype, but they kind of saw like potential. And mind you, they don't know I'm tall. So they not expecting a basketball piece. So I'm coming in like, if I play a sport, I'm going to go play soccer. And then when I came there, you know, I started playing basketball. And that's the first time I played organized basketball. I played a little bit back at home and getting started, you know. But then when I first came here, freshman year, that's when I started playing basketball. Wow. And everything else is history. Like, luckily, stay here. Yeah. So my journey is crazy from the refugee camp to the inner city of Nairobi. But it just have to be vivid. Like, if you see it as like, I don't believe it sometimes. Like, sometimes I wake up here and go to school and see some friends, and I just be like, wow, I'm really blessed. Because nobody, like, all my friends, like, they still back home, like, doing nothing, you know? Like, they don't have any direction in life. Luckily, you know, I always believe that there's something better for me in life. And it was never going to happen in Africa. It was just going to be happen somewhere else, and God gave me the opportunity.
Which is crazy to think about, I feel like, because all things natural, you would hope would be the place, right? Instead of you having to leave.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You know? But sometimes you have to get out of your environment so you can appreciate it more. Sometimes, like, I be here and I be like, yo, I need to go back home. Like, you know, I feel like Kenya is the best place you can ever be if you want to have every type of lifestyle you want to have. Like, that's the perfect place. But I had to get out of there for me to appreciate it. Because when I was there, I was like, I need to get out of here, bro. I need to find something. I need to get out of here. I want to get out of here. I couldn't appreciate it at the time. Right. But when I got removed from it and I worked harder, and what I'm doing right now, I could be like, now when I'm going back home, I'm being celebrated. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, kids are looking up to me like, yo, he really...
That must be an awesome feeling.
You know? Yeah, he was in our shoes. It's really great because that's what we do it for.
I was going to say, look at what you're doing for these kids, too, with your charity.
Yeah, you just got... First thing, you get something, you got to give the ladder back down, bring the next person up. And that next person will bring somebody else up.
Set the tone and just...
And now our community has changed, you know? And we can help everybody. It's just not for one... I always tell, like, my friends, like, before I do anything stupid, I be like, my life is not mine. It's for everybody else back in Africa. Like, I'm living for isn't this for me? Because it was for me, I'll just do dumb stuff. Like, I don't care. It's just me. But I have to be conscious. Like, if I don't do the right thing, I'll affect my little brother and my other brother and the other kid in Kenya that need an opportunity. So, like, I have to be smart sometimes. And I have a whole nation behind me. If 2 nations, you know, like, I have to do right for it and help them out.
After having that experience, you literally can say you've lived almost a double life since I think you were 14 when you came to Philadelphia.
14.
So culturally, fundamentally, ideologically, energetically, what are some of the biggest differences you would say growing up in Kenya and around Kenya for 14 years and then coming Philly and then Syracuse, which is also another difference?
I would say it's opportunities. That was the biggest difference I have in both worlds. You know, where we grew up, we don't have opportunities. You're not like right here, you're privileged to go to college.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm supposed to go to college. I'm supposed to go to high school. Absolutely. We don't have
it's like your life is already set for you in a way.
It's set for you.
From
where I'm from, it's like, no, it's not. You really have to work for it. So, like, you have to be kind of like 3 times better than the person here. So, I would say, like, everything is kind of similar. Like, you know, there's a kid in North Philly and a kid in Nairobi, Kenya, in the slums. It's the same thing. Kid is worried about being shot. A kid in Africa is worried about poverty. You worry about, like, the robbery. Like, it's similar stuff. You know, when I came to Philly, I was like, oh, yeah. I could, like, that's why it was so easy for me to fit in, because
the way Western culture is almost targeted certain places, even in countries where people benefit from Western culture, it's still exploiting people in those countries.
Exactly. So I was just like, the opportunity part was just like, no, we don't have it. Right. We have to work extra, and that's why I try my best to be better so I could get back the opportunity, because that's the only thing they need in Africa. They don't want your money. They don't want they want opportunity. If you give somebody opportunity, it's the greatest thing you can do to them. You know?
I feel like people always love to maybe get a little idealistic and say, I want to see a perfect world, equality for all. Hell yeah, everyone would love to see that, sure.
Yeah.
But it's like, what can be obtained maybe one day down the future that's realistic and fair? Opportunity for everyone.
Exactly. No, for sure. The equality stuff, it's not real. It's like, if you have it all, and then why are you living then? Like, you have to figure out. You have to start somewhere.
It's very interesting, too, how a lot of people have the riches and everything are some of the most mentally unstable.
Struggling.
Yeah.
What's his name? Just broke up with his wife. Divorce.
Yeah.
The richest man in the world.
Bill Gates.
Exactly.
And Melinda got divorced, right?
The richest man in the world. You can't keep your wife happy.
Bezos did, too, a few months ago. Jeff Bezos and his wife.
Exactly. So I just feel, I appreciate struggle. I appreciate steps. You need those in life. You just can't just get it. And, like, I just be asking myself every night, like, if God gives me all the stuff that I've always
you're counting your blessings,
right now, and then what? So, like, sometimes that's why, like, disappointments in life, I'd be like, damn, I need this season. I need to get better. I need to get on the court. But I'm like, so what if I have it? And then what? I'm not going to grind as harder. So you have to, in life, like, the struggles is the one that make life, you know, life. You have to grind and like, just appreciate struggle. It's part of it. Because, like, my life right now is better than it was before. But it would not have been better because if I didn't go through all the stuff that I went through. Like, I'm really appreciative. And I'm glad I went through it. I needed to go through it.
You have other people now that...
Yeah. Bro.
Do you look at that as something that drives the hunger? Is it something that you just want, like
every
get joy? You know what I mean? Like,
every time I look myself in the mirror, I'm like, nah, I got to be twice better than this person right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to be. Like, the better I be, the more people I'll give an opportunity to come. It's just not for me. It's for the... I've lived my life. With me, I feel like I've seen it all. Like, I've been here. I've been in nice cars. I've slept somewhere good. We flew on private jets with the team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been everywhere. So I just feel like, for me, it's the next person. I want them to experience the same thing.
So obviously you can't have, it's inevitable. You're not going to have conversations like these with every person you come across on campus, just given the circumstances. Sure. But what would you say to the average kid that you come across on campus who's grown up maybe in the area around New York City or around some sort of suburbia in some way? What would you say as someone who's experienced everything you have in life in the places that you have, something that should always be in the back of, I guess, their heads per se?
I just say, like, just be open-minded. Because, like, with me, if I stuck to athletes and just be cool with athletes, I would not have the relationship I have with, I would never met you. That's you know what I'm saying? I met you because we were just hanging outside. Yeah. So I would just tell, like, the next person, like, you could always, like, be open-minded and know, like, you are blessed. What you live in, you are blessed. There's somebody else that doesn't have what you have, and they willing to kill for it. So don't take it for granted. Like, just keep your hunger. You have it, but you still could, like, be better and better other people. You know what I'm saying? Really? Just believe in life. That's the greatest thing you can have, bro.
Absolutely. Hey, say less. Honestly, I hear you.
Yeah,
but
bro.
We're going to be coming back. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Z89 The Juice, Twitter as well. Check out this. Yeah, absolutely. Check out this YouTube. This interview on YouTube, the video version as well. Stay tuned.
Chases.
Welcome back, everyone. Harrison Singer here with Bol Ajak. We just hit on your journey to the United States and very interesting life and the dual perspective that you've been able to gain just by, I guess, existing and being good at that. You know what I mean? But real. Given your experiences from your upbringing and your experience playing basketball here, you're able now to start parlaying it into some charitable endeavors with this organization that has been created already.
Yeah, it's already created, yeah.
Yeah, called HumBol. I love that name.
The HumBol Fund.
I love that name. But yeah, definitely tell me about HumBol and some of you guys' endeavors.
Oh, yeah. The HumBol name comes from, I always try to teach myself to stay humble, stay hungry and humble.
And out of trouble.
Yeah, and out of trouble, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, it was a little... a twist.
Yeah.
My last name is Bol, so I was like HumBol because
I like that's it. My wordplay is great, and then the neighborhood hope dealer.
The neighborhood hope dealer.
Yeah, I love it.
I got it. So
that's great.
The charities thing came about because where I come from, and it was kind of like appreciation to God for taking me out of my struggles and bringing me to experience a different life. Absolutely. And where I kind of enjoyed myself and worked hard. And be where I'm at right now. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but I just want where I'm at right now. I think I can help somebody, absolutely. Put the ladder down and bring the next person up. So it's when I was in a situation I was in, I was praying to God to take me out of there in Africa, and God did that. Came to the United States and Atlanta opportunities, and I was in a great opportunity. Now I'm going to go to Syracuse University. So the HumBol Fund is a charity that I want to give back to the kids. Right now I have about 40 kids. I house them. They live with a mentor that helps them. His name is Deng. He's their coach, basketball coach. And I'm trying to get him tutors right now to kind of help him with SATs and ACTs just in case an opportunity to present himself for them to come here. They have to be prepared. Those are some of the stuff I was not prepared when I was coming here. And I just feel like I know what it takes for you to come here now. And I think all those kids, they're really hungry, and the only thing they need is an opportunity. So with me, I just want to be a mentor to them and help them. Some of them don't have houses. They don't know where they live. So giving them the housing and the apartments for them to stay in Kenya and feeding them, a kid can really focus on what's the main goal instead of, because where I'm from, people really kill for food, like, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't have it. So I feel like taking all those distractions away, housing them, giving them food, giving them a place to go play basketball.
Literally God's work.
Now they can focus, and that's the stuff I didn't have. So I think providing them to the kids is really a huge deal. And now what we are working on is like, how do I help them go to school? Absolutely. Put school as priority because that's number one, and then basketball and your athlete, your talent will follow after that. So all I'm doing right now is mentoring them and helping them. And then now, with the HumBol Fund, we want to do a tournament. So I haven't been back home in 5 years. So I want to go back home. We're going to do a camp, put the smile in kids' face. Due to COVID, kids did not really get a chance to be outside playing, And then when they see me, it'll be like a motivation to them. They'll see me and flash, and they know where I come from. I come from the same situation. So for sure, it will click in their head and be like, it's really possible. All I have to do is vision it and work hard, and it will happen. So me going back home will be, I miss home, I miss my family, I'll see them, but I think it's a motivation to the next kid that want to do, they might be even better athletes than me or, better students than me. So I just want to give them the opportunity to help their family and their people. So with the HumBol tournament, it's going to be a soccer and a basketball tournament. Because, I grew up as a soccer player. Right. I can't neglect that. I'm a basketball player now, but...
Messi fan, you're saying?
I'm a big Messi fan. Grew up on Messi and Ronaldinho, so I'm not a Ronaldo guy, I'm sorry. But all the kids in Africa, that's the main sport. Like, everybody in Africa plays soccer. Basketball is like an expensive sport. You have to find basketball shoes, equipment and all those stuff. Soccer, we play bare feet, Like, I have blisters on my feet. Like, play on rocks. We just created stuff, Actually, I have this story, like, when we were kids, like gloves that the doctors wear when they go to, so when we were kids, we did not have soccer balls and anything. So, like, my uncle worked in the hospital, so he's like, can you bring extra gloves? So those gloves, we would take the fingers, you know, like this, and cut the finger off, and you blow in air, and it will be big. You tie it, put a cloth on it, and extra cloth, and just tie it. It becomes a ball, and it bounces.
Oh my God!
Yeah. So I remember doing that when we were kids, because we have the equipment, and we'll go play. But the bad thing was, you know, there's a lot of thorns and stuff. So when it can hit it, it deflates it. So that would be the bad point. Like, oh, we don't have a ball now. So with the HumBol Fund, we want to provide soccer balls for the kids. You know, we're trying to provide soccer boots for them, a little gear. Because when we were kids, we played. When we played, we did not have uniforms. So the one team would go skins, the other team would go shirts, and that was it. It's really an organized game. Like, you go skins, you go. Now I want to provide them with, like, you know, gear and, like, you know, little uniforms, like, you know. And with the basketball part, I want to provide them with basketball shoes. You can't play on concrete bare feet. Right. Some of them do, but that's because they don't. And I really want to help them with that, you know, give them basketball shoes, you know, basketball gear. They get basketball balls, and now they can work on their game. Absolutely. So that's the goal for the tournament this year, and then we'll build from that. It's going to be an annual thing, and we're trying to go every year, like, motivate them, and they'll give a smile on their face. The whole community will celebrate. You know, I'm going to bring the whole community together when I'm going to do this. So
that's terrific.
Yeah, for real, for real.
That is terrific. I mean, every question I had about the charity, you pretty much explained. I guess it's really cool. One of the things you're doing, you're providing shelter for a lot of these kids. And you were talking about wanting to host these tournaments either annually or biannually in Nairobi, which would be, I mean, it sounds really awesome. And yeah, I mean, in addition to that, partnering with maybe certain companies for sponsorships. And maybe put these kids through school and give them these opportunities.
For real. These are a lot of sponsorship that are given to kids in Africa. They don't really go to the right places sometimes. And there's kids that deserve it more, and some people go ahead and get them. So I feel like these kids, I want to showcase them to the world and see what they do, you know, with their grades. Like, I'm focusing on their grades first before their talent. And I want to partner with, like, any scholarship companies or organizations that give scholarships to underprivileged kids, like the UNICEF. I know about the UNICEF because I had a scholarship with them. You know, kind of showcase and bring light to their lives. And maybe somebody might pick them up and, you know, help them provide for their families and the next kid. That's the main goal. You want to help the next person, help the next person. So
that's special. One observation, I feel you have to be very content with yourself. Like, you were talking about counting your blessings constantly and just being thankful. It's clear, you know, that's projecting itself, being so, I guess, content with your situation. Like, I guess, humble, right? And appreciative humble, and just grounded in your situation that you can go out and help others.
You have to be appreciative. Like, when you see me outside, like, I'm a happy person, you know? And I just feel like I try myself. I ground myself not to get into trouble, any type of trouble, because my life is not mine. It's for the next people down the line. You know, the kids, my little brother, if I do some dumb stuff, it will affect my little brother and the other kids. So I have to be smart, knowing that how I go by my day, I'm just not living for myself. Because if it was just for myself, I would be out here doing anything in the world, because I don't care. I've been to private jet to the basketball team. I've lived in the best hotel. I've stayed in, you know what I'm saying? So I just have to think the bigger picture. You know, I have to look ahead and see the next kid, how I'm gonna help him, help the next person. Now we can help our community, and we don't have to stay in those communities. We can rebuild our community back in Kenya by just coming here, the land of opportunities. And I just feel one thing for sure that I can appreciate in life. I never ask for money or anything. It's an opportunity, you know? If you give somebody opportunity, they're always going to appreciate it.
If they appreciate the opportunity, they're going to capitalize.
They're going to capitalize. And these kids are really hungry. You can see in their eyes when I talk to them. And I tell them I've been in your shoes before. They really like paying attention. So when I go home and do this HumBol Fund, it will help the whole community. It will give them life, you know, and give them hope. Because that's the main thing. I'm the neighborhood hope dealer. Like, I want to deal hope. I want to give you hope. Know that in life, that's what you have. So for real,
No, I know we were speaking a little bit about that over break, and I'm excited for you. I just can't wait to see what you do. Honestly, positive change with the gap, you know, the disparity, just we're always seeming to increase. It's like people like you are backboning the resistance to just the furthering of everything.
We gotta like bring
God's work.
Yeah, God's work, bro.
But we are going to head back to the music. We're gonna get into the personal side of things when we get back. I'm excited for that. Give everyone a little bit of insight. I know DC Cap on, so Dream Chasers, big Meek Mill fan. We're going to get into all that and more. Yeah, we're going to get into all that and more. Stay tuned. You're listening to The Juice on Z89.
Stay tuned.
Trips to Venice, get they winners replaced with the sun. It ain't even fun no more. I'm jaded. Man, it's just a game. I just play it to play it. Big man, my brother hustles so naturally. Up next is me. And what perplexes me? Shit, I know how this.
I don't want to turn off Jay. That's the only thing. I just don't want to turn him off.
He has to. Let's go.
Welcome back, everyone. You are listening to The Juice once more. I'm just going to repeat it for all just tuning in. If you've been riding with us, though, for the last however long, thank you very much. We're with Bol Ajak, and first we talked about the come up, right?
Yeah,
you can say.
Sure.
And then we talked about the charity that you have going, HumBol. Mm-hmm. I'm having a lot of fun, that's for sure. Thank you again
Thank you for letting me tell my story.
Absolutely. Pleasure is all mine. I feel like you have a story that needs to be told.
For real. Thank you, bro.
Absolutely, but it'd only be right if we segued from everything that kind of got you here and what you've got coming into what you also then do in your spare time as a person, as a human being, right? So what can all the locals or the fans or the viewers, know or should know about you in your spare time off the court outside of helping others?
Right. Nah, I'm a fun person. I love music. Like when I'm in my car, I gotta have the aux there. I got shotgun with somebody. You gotta get the right aux, gotta get the right music. So I love listening to music. I'm a big football fan. I don't think people know that. Like, it's one of my favorite sports. Big Eagles guy.
They ended up getting the Heisman Trophy winner, Devonta Smith, with the 10th pick, I think. Yeah, I can already tell you're happy about that.
It was like one of the nervous draft, just based on our history, the way we draft. It's like, yo, come on, we gonna pick the quarterback again? Like, what's going on?
Right?
Like, what are we about to do? So it's like, we had the 6th pick first, so we moved back. That was a smart move because we knew who we wanted was Kyle Pitt or Jamar Chase. But then I think Howie Roseman kind of knew none of them gonna be there.
Not at 12 or
at
whenever
6.
they moved.
So he was like, okay, let me trade back, and we earn a 1st round and a 3rd round pick for next year. That's before the draft. And then on the night of the draft, the way the draft was going, I think we were waiting for Jalen Waddle because it was between Jalen Waddle. So when they took him, we were like, oh, now the way it was going, the Cowboys were going to take a defender, and then somebody took what's his name, the stud, the cornerback, Surtain.
Yeah, Surtain.
So it put Dallas in a. They was like, oh, they were uncomfortable.
With Micah Parsons.
So we traded with them. So we gave them a 3rd round pick. We jumped up the Giants because the Giants wanted Devonta Smith.
Yeah.
So that was cool. That was cool. I was just like this. I was like, no way. If it goes, what are we gonna do?
And they traded with a team in their own division as well, right? So
you gotta do what's best for you. That was smart of them. But at the same time, I was super nervous because I knew the Giants wanted to take him.
Yeah.
And we needed a number 1 receiver since we messed it up a few times. So getting Devonta Smith was like, yo.
How do you feel about Hurts throwing the ball? Is that the long-term answer in your opinion?
Yeah, for sure. Nah, I think Hurts, he showed like he could throw the ball.
Yeah.
And the good thing is he keeps the defense off balance.
Dual threat quarterback.
You can't really overrush him because you got to contain him.
Yeah.
So I feel like it'll give him some times in the pocket. And then when he scrambles, oh my God, it's over with. And then you got Rager going off the top. You got Devonta with the route running.
Yeah.
You got Dallas Goedert.
But how do you feel about the new coach?
Miles.
The new coach had a rough first press conference. He did.
I don't really believe in press conferences.
That will get overplayed.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell football in the locker room. I think he's a player's coach.
Yeah.
So that the player, we don't really entertain the media. I really go with the way what system he's trying to bring to the team. So we'll see what's up. But he's a young coach,
Absolutely.
We get along with everybody.
Absolutely.
So I'm really excited, super excited. I think we might win another Super Bowl.
Dang.
Super Bowl with the BOL.
Yeah. So that actually, thank you for setting up that perfect transition, because in addition to just watching sports or football and the Eagles, I literally was seeing the video you just showed me during break. You are literally kids up on the gridiron. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You're sprinting past them. You play football in your spare time, I guess, right? So that being said, you earned the nickname Julio Bol.
Julio Bol. Physical, strong.
For Julio Jones.
That's Julio Bol right there.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I really love route running. I feel like it's something, it's an art. It's like, like when you see somebody run a clean route, it's like, wow, you know? So Julio's like one of my favorite receivers, you know? So that's why I call myself Julio Bol, because I feel like I'm stronger than the next person. I'm physical. I might not be fast. They won't. A real cornerback, if they put G-Dub on me, he will kill me, you know? But just for fun, like, I really love... Actually, the guy, Rob Braswell is really like that. He was killing me.
Good. Yeah,
like, they didn't show the video of him killing me, but he was killing me.
So you were playing defense for a while?
Yeah, I would play defense, but he's super fast.
Yeah.
So what I knew was like, okay, I'm about to jam him every time.
Right the line.
You know, I have the long arm, so that he kind of struggled with that.
The reach arm.
But if it was like running, he would kill me. But you know, I'm
he's
Julio.
quick. Yeah,
I'm Julio.
You move from the videos I saw. You are skedaddling past people, not nearly as big as you are.
Yeah, exactly. They not really
for your size. I mean, you like. Geez. Yeah. So another one you said though, another nickname is Usain Bol, fittingly, seemingly, you know. So
Usain Bol right here.
Very versatile, just so much versatility, just radiating.
Yeah, you know.
That's so funny.
I earned the names of the greats, you know.
So
if you're graded at that, you know, sometimes I might be singing, I might feel like Bol Marley, you know what I'm saying? So it's the greatest. I'm running routes. I'm Julio Bol.
Man of many times.
I'm running fast.
You could be Bol Equis, the Dos Equis guy. I don't know his drink beer, but when I do, I prefer to say he's the most interesting man in the world.
No cap.
Switching gears a little bit from the
Don't
sports
forget Tiger
stuff.
Bol.
Well, maybe in addition to the football and Usain Bol, you're also a good golfer as well. You want to make sure that's thrown in there.
Not a good golfer, but I'll be out there, you know.
Do you wear red on the golf course?
Yeah. Like Sunday red, Tiger red, you know. But
you're with it.
I'll be out there with Buddy.
Say less. Is there any more sports stuff? Honestly, I don't want to forget anything.
No, really.
I have Julio Bol, Tiger Bol,
Usain Bol,
Eagles. Because I wanted to.
I'm a big Birds fan. That's one thing though I do every night before I go to sleep.
Fly Eagles fly.
I rewatch the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl
every night.
I would do the same thing.
That's everything I do. It's like the greatest moment of my life. Like, I mean, not really. I'm being dramatic.
I completely understand what you're saying.
It was the perfect. Like when we won the Super Bowl, I was like, no way.
Bro, I'm a Jets fan. Like they're like.
Oh my god.
You see the Jets stuff up on the walls. And
I can respect that though.
It builds character in some way, at least.
You know what I'm saying? We never had a Super Bowl. The Giants were laughing at us. The Cowboys were laughing.
It's true. At least we get to say 50 years ago when my grandparents were watching, we did get a Super Bowl. So you can't say we. So had
that's
zero.
Gonna be me 50 years. I'm gonna tell my.
And you saw.
We got one.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, every night I rewatch my son Nick Foles. Like that's the god right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I did want to switch gears from the sports to the music. I mean. You already mentioned that you're a big music guy. You're wearing the Dream Chasers hat. We just were bumping an absurdly healthy amount of Jay-Z over break.
Yeah.
And that funnels right down Rockefeller, right into Dream Chasers, I believe, record label-wise. So Jay-Z, Meek Mill, being your Philly ties and everything. I guess if you want to elaborate on your love for Meek Mill or Jay-Z, please do. Or if there are any other artists that you rock with a lot.
I really love Meek Mill.
Yeah.
Just based, not even just music, just based on the person he is. You know, this man has gone through it. But the one thing about Meek is always motivating the next person. He want to tell everybody to keep going, keep going. That's what I love about Meek. And that's why I'm a dream chaser. I'm chasing my dreams. You know?
For sure.
It's something that just, when I wake up in the morning, I put on my hat. Like, it reminds me of what I want to do, you know? Like, I got to chase my dreams. And Meek has really, like, made that, like, a thing for somebody to, like, really wait. And I saw Meek, you know what I'm saying? I've seen him several times.
Right, you said you got a flick together? You have a picture?
We never got a picture together.
No, either way, though, you got to meet him.
He's not a pictures guy. So, you know, if you want to keep it authentic. Yeah. So, I just felt like when I saw him, it just kind of, like, motivated me more. You know, first time I saw him at the CVS downtown. And he was like, yo, what's up, youngin'? I was like, yo, what's up, Meek? Like, dabbed him up. Yo, that meant a lot to me. I was like, I really touched Meek's hand.
Yeah.
Hey, he was in North Philly with the nappy braids. He wavy. Meek now, he getting a money millionaire. It's possible. Anything is possible. Like, I can do it. So it made me, like, grind harder and be like, if I work hard like Meek did, I could be a millionaire like him one day.
Absolutely.
And so that's why I love Meek, because I've seen it. You know, I love to see. I get motivated when I see somebody. You know what I'm saying? And he's a good dude. He look out for people back in the city, a lot of people, you know. And his music just
is good.
It's just like when you in the gym, you don't want to play nothing else but the Chasers. Come on. But that Jay-Z is the GOAT, because that's Meek's favorite rapper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when I listen to him, it's just like, he says some stuff in 96 that is like relevant right now.
Yeah.
It's not even, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be an old head, but like,
No,
you
come
know what
on.
I'm saying?
Now. To say Jay-Z is
I'm no, but like this man
some
just,
of the stuff too particular that he's saying.
yeah, like he just giving like game.
Yeah.
So I would say transition from that, Lil Durk.
We were bumping some Lil Durk a few days ago.
Durk is really melodic, but he say real stuff.
Yeah.
That like happening.
He has the Nas cosign, and he's been doing his thing. He got a Drake feature. He had a song with Drake as well. That can't hurt. Exactly. Laugh now, cry later, right?
Yeah.
So he's in his bag for sure.
Nah, Durk is really having a great year right now, and I feel like he's just gonna get better from there. Like
he's made a lot of music, been doing it a while, but he has even more like.
And then another thing about Durk is like, he just got it.
Mm-hmm.
He worked
for a long
and it just kept going,
time.
and that's great. You could really appreciate the work because now he's where he at right now because he grind through those years.
Absolutely, I have Durk songs on my phone from like at least 2014, if not even maybe earlier. I don't know, but it's good to see him getting his shine like the record.
I'm so happy for him. Another person I listen to is Herbo.
Yeah. So a lot of Chicago.
Not really a lot of Chicago. It's just like those two people kind of like emulate what Philly's like. Like they say real stuff. Like, you know, when you stay in Philly, it's like, wow, they saying stuff that people have, like core in them is saying. It's like, oh wow, but they just saying in their own slang. Mm-hmm. So I would say if I listen to. When I wake up in the morning, the first music I play is Bol Marley.
There you go.
Start my day off. I think that's the greatest artist that ever lived. Like, that's my favorite. Like, his songs lived on... Like, with the Black Lives Matter stuff that was happening this year, if you listen to his song War, it's called War, it's said, I'm not trying to sing it, but it said, until the philosophy that holds one race superior than the other race inferior, it's abandoned, there's always going to be war. Like, it's like, yo, bro, this is in the 70s or 60s. He said that, and it's still happening right now.
The way him in particular, but a lot of Rastafarian belief system, like, they're onto something, and it's like the rest of the world is just so far removed, or at least these parts, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure you can, I'm curious to know, you can probably attest to that more than anyone.
Like, growing up in Africa, we really listened to a lot of Jamaican music. So, like, Vybez Kartel was, like, still my favorite. Like, Adidja Palmer, Free Wild Boss, for real. He's in jail, but like...
He was on Instagram Live somehow, I guess. Like,
was he?
He was able to finesse. Yeah, it was a while ago. It was with Russian, I think.
Oh, what?
They went live together from jail.
Looking at me, I know, not go diss you, baby. Wine.
Wow. Nah, that's one person,
Doing
like...
something.
His song I played in the morning was called Thank You, Ja. It's the best. Thank you, Ja. Me wake up this morning, roll out me ice. Like, I just listen to a lot of inspiration music, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But, like, I listen to all type of music. So, like, Ariana Grande, whatever y'all got, I would listen to any.
Absolutely. No, good taste in music, good taste in, I guess, activities, you want to say.
But it's the chasers, though. It's the chasers.
At the end of the day, it's still Meek all the way.
Always gotta be
Philly.
Meek. Yep.
You a big Uzi guy at all? He's Philly, too, but...
I would bump his music, but I would not go out my way.
Right.
Like, when I'm in my car and listen to Uzi, not really. But if I'm at a party, I do what I want. Like, I listen to him, but it's not that type, you know? Yeah. PNB, the same. They really good. But I listen to Core. Leaf Ward is in Philly. They're coming up.
Put me on, too.
I'm put you on to Leaf Ward. He's the next up right now. He's really...
Ears.
Oh
I'm all ears. Like, I'm literally all ears.
If you want somebody like has something to say, it's Leaf Ward right now. Yeah. I love him, so... Yeah.
So switching gears, I guess one last time here, it's music, sports, could be anything. What's something interesting though about you that no one prior, would probably have any idea? If they heard, they'd be like, "Oh shit, that's mad interesting."
Shish.
We did prep for this one. I warned you.
I know, but like I couldn't.
It's still hard.
It's hard because I just feel like.
But these always provide the best if the person can think of a good one at least. I feel like you're so freaking interesting that you have something good,
I know, but it's just like, I don't know, like, damn. What could... I write raps.
There you go. So that's very interesting.
I write raps just for fun. I'm not great at it.
Have you ever recorded any?
I've recorded some. I got a couple songs.
I gotta see that. I gotta see that.
I don't know if it's ready.
You're gonna put it out one day, you think?
No. It's just for me to ride in my car.
I'm not gonna say it on air. What I was gonna say, what I have.
Actually, one of my songs, I'm gonna play after this.
Yeah.
It's shout out to you boys.
Absolutely.
You guys don't even know. But I write my little raps. Just just for fun.
You're an introspective guy, you know? So, like, spoken word, like, the
Yeah.
rhyming
All
probably
that
happens
stuff.
naturally.
Yeah. Not really. It's hard. Actually, it's so hard. It's not easy. When you go in that booth and you by yourself, you be like, oh, nah. How do they do it? And then you see Meek just go in the booth and just
dances
like,
on the
oh my
glides.
God.
Yeah, say less on that, honestly. But yeah, where can people find you? You know, in your social media, but also plug this charity that you got going as well.
Yeah.
Like, where can people find information and social media stuff about all that?
My Instagram is HumBol, HUM_BOL, like my name, HumBol. My Twitter is Bol Ajak 5. I don't know why I had 5, and I was super young. And then the HumBol Fund is like HumBol and then Fund. So that's on my Instagram. I'm really an Instagram guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I got it on Twitter too, so it's HumBol Fund too. Yeah. The HumBol Fund.
So I guess on a parting note, is there anything, like last messages or anything that you want people to know about you in general? Anything we haven't covered or?
No, for sure. All I just leave the people with is the glass is half full. Always, man. Stay positive. Spread positivity. Love. Don't hate.
We need more of that attitude, though.
Super,
for sure.
for real. The glass is half full. Don't forget that.
The glass is half full. That's great parting words. I'm gonna start trying to incorporate that.
Yeah.
Definitely trademark you to that, though. For sure. Absolutely.
Bro.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very, very much for coming through.
Thank you for letting me tell my story, bro. I appreciate the boys.
Hey, hopefully see you around a little bit. For sure.